Legend says there's a guy who can do every single Wordle-like clone of the world. Now, I don't know if that's me or if that's someone else, but I'm gonna prove that I am the best to do it. Okay, everything's working, chat's there, everything's there. Now, obviously inspired by the best to do it, or at least the most notable to do. I'm sure people have done it before, but we're gonna be doing a lot. We're gonna be doing Wordle, not Wordle. We're gonna be some duels, trivia stuff. Just like, I think it's entertaining for me. I usually do this stuff like in the bed before I go to, like, just when you're up all night, you got nothing to do, and you do all of these. I've been on a streak of some of them. And I think my Pokemon knowledge is where most of my knowledge base actually ends up being, just because of the years of Pokemon that I've ended up playing. So let's, without further ado and further waffle, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, hello, and let's get into it. Normal and fighting. Now we have a few options here. We could go Stuffle. What is Stuffle's evolution? It's the bear. Beware. I don't know if Stuffle's fighting type or just normal type and then it evolves into a normal fighting type. I can also just go Mega Lopunny, and I think that's probably the most common answer and also the best answer. I'll just stick with what I know here. Fire normal. We're not gonna go crazy unless we're fully confident in the answer. I don't know another fire normal apart from Pyroar, so I'm just gonna run it. A normal Gen 9 Pokemon. I would need to think about it. I think Lechonk is the obvious choice, and I'm not gonna innovate. I could go like Terrapagos. I think that's probably another option that you could be fairly confident in. Fighting Dragon. We'll just choose any one of these. They're all the correct answer. I think probably the only answer. Dragon Fire. Any range of Dragon Fire Pokemon here. Stuff like, I think, Turtonator, Reshiram. We'll go with Turtonator, but it's probably a fairly common choice. Oh, dang Dragon. Obviously, we can go with the legendaries here. We could go with the Koraidon. We could go with a... Yeah, what's it called? What is that guy? Roaring Moon. Run a Roaring Moon here. No, I should have I didn't read further into the paradox. Is there an iron dragon type? Did I just soft lock myself? No, right? Because there always has to be more than one option unless it's like a special one. Okay, let's just do the rest. Paradox Fire. Iron Moth. That's easy. We know about him. Paradox Fighting. Slitherwing. And now we have to... Oh wait, no, this isn't a this is just any paradox in Paldea. Okay, well we'll just click Iron and choose, I don't know, Iron Boulder or whatever. Perfectly fine. We're on a streak of 8. Now I'm very disappointed that my streak got destroyed by, I think I misclicked one or the other here. So we'll just go for I always just check the least comment to see if I could have pulled it up. Now, Koraidon on all of these, obviously it's impossible. You want Koraidon on this one, or no, this one you don't want it on, this one you would want it on. Koraidon's a Paradox Pokemon. I mean, technically Koraidon's a Paradox Pokemon, but I wouldn't have thought it by doing it. I wouldn't have thought it. Just my 2 cents. Litleo and Pyroar, yeah, they're the only options. Meloetta, if I was truly Unova pilled like I say I am, then I would have chosen it. I've done it before. Squawkabilly, yeah, makes sense that Squawkabilly is the most forgettable. And then the people who know Squawkabilly obviously choose the different ones because they double think themselves and they're like, oh, that one's going to be more rare. Okay. I see it. Okay, let's get Pokedool. Now, Pokedool, I still have an ongoing streak. Also, I would say, what is summary? Oh, it's just that. Okay, never mind. That's my own summary. Okay, let's switch tax and let's go with Pokedool. Just move it in kind of a centered-ish location and be right back into it. Okay, now Pokedool, if you want a bit of an introduction into Pokedool, just if you've never done it before. This one is more like the Wordle slash like guessing game. We're starting with what we know, of course. I've basically got an undefeated streak, I think. I don't think I've missed a main Pokedool. I've not played some of these because the site was a bit buggy for a little while, but now it's back in action. It doesn't have Gen 9, which is sad because I played Gen 9 recently and I'm pretty familiar with it. Okay, now the thing about Pokedool, which is probably controversial, is that if you type one letter, it gives you like literally the list. So one crutch feature, you can literally just type in the letter and just go, and it sorts by generation as well. And so you can just go like A, Gen 8. Oh, these are the Pokemon that I'm remembering. And you can just go A to Z and like basically get a list of all the Pokemon, which is kind of cheating, but like if it's in the game, it's in the game, right? My go-to, it's in the middle. It's got common types, Swordloon. I'm Unova pilled. I'm a Gen 5 guy. It's a second stage, fully evolved Pokemon, since you can either be fully evolved or not fully evolved, obviously. Second stage, fully evolved, not bug or grass type, in a higher gen. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna be able to just get it in 2 unless I get really contextually lucky. And I could spend like a lot longer just thinking about it from here, right? Let me think. Okay, like maybe a Gen 7 would be the perfect choice. Gen 7 2-stage. I'm thinking about Gumshoos. It is not normal. It is a dual type. It is Gen 8. We take the hints where we get them, by the way. I'm not gonna refuse a gift hint in the mouth, as it were. Okay. A Gen 8 2-stage dual type. Go for a Frostmoth. It's not a bug type. I should have known. That's my mistake. Okay. Fire type. How many are there? Thinking of other common types. Water type, fire type, like okay, it's not Center Scorch because that's a bug. That it is a 2-stage, but it is also a bug. It can't be Barrascuda because that's a monotype. And we're looking for a dual type here. What other 2-stages do we got in that game? It's obviously not any of the legendaries. There weren't that many Pokemon introduced in the game. Can't be the Orbital bug thing because that's 3 stages. This is tricky. The clue might be what I need. I think it may be a water type because we've touched on most of the common archetypes, and it's either a ground or a water type from my guess. Like a rock or ground type, but I can't off the top of my head think of a rock type of Gen 8. Like I don't know what they've got in their caves. Oh, need to remember that. Water type. What's a water? What's a water type? What other water types do they have? Multi-water types, perhaps. Okay, this is tricky. This is tricky. I'm gonna guess. And I know this is not a Gen 8 Pokemon, but I'm right. I need a more contextual hints to jog my memory here. I'm gonna put Toxapex in. It's not a poison or a water. It is not in the water. It's a ground type. That's what I thought. Okay. Now the trick is Gen 8 ground type. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't know a Gen 8 ground type. Let's guess Runerigus. That's correct. Okay. We get fireworks. I'll let the fireworks play, you know, celebratory. Now the rest of these are very easy. Streak of 40, actually, they're very easy. Like, just off the top of my head. Like, what is this? It's a Bomber Snow. Obviously. Right? These ones take very quickly. Its voice is staggering in volume, has a tendency to take on a threatening posture and shout. This move is known as Obstruct. This is an older Pokemon because I think the Obstruct Pokemon move is very old. I was thinking immediately Stack Attacker, but that's not got a voice. It's an Ultra Beast. It's not really what I'm thinking about here, right? These can be hard, but they give the hints they give you usually bail you out for the streak. Like you don't need to be proud of it, but you know, it is what it is. Very okay. Obstruct. I'm just gonna guess Stack Attacker. I don't have an obvious hint. Exploud has got a loud voice. Okay, it's a dark normal type. Dark normal type. What Pokemon is dark and normal type? I'm gonna need the hints because I need to think about this one. It's not a. I don't think it's an. Is it me? Is what Pokemon got the dark type? Not gonna be a Gen 1. There were no dark types in Gen 1, like naturally introduced. What dark type is immune to ghost type moves? Or immune to fighting type? Oh no, that's not immune to fighting. It's double weak to fighting type. Oh man, this is a tricky one, man. I need the hints for sure. I need the hints. I literally don't have a clue. Okay. It's a Gen 8 Pokemon, so that makes sense why I wouldn't know it off the top of my head. It's a 3-stage guy. 3rd stage Gen 8. Let me think about this for a second. 3rd stage Gen 8. This may be the first time I record this after 36 days of just doing it like perfect every time. This may be the one I fail because a Gen 8 Dark Normal type is the way to get me to fail this, man, because I don't know. Could it be a Pokemon Legends Arceus guy who's just ended up in Gen 8 by consequence? What generation is like worthier? You know, this is the kind of question that you have to think about in this life. I don't know. I don't have an immediate guess as to what it is, and I'm running out of guesses, I'm pretty sure. This is tricky. I'm waffling too much. I need to just drop one out. It's no more Pekka. Oh, it's Obstagoon. Okay. That's not a proud victory. That's not a proud victory. I forgot about that little guy. But I obviously didn't forget about him so much so that I remember. Okay, that's Naganado. These are very easy if they give you the right section, otherwise they're impossible. But we can keep our streak going on Pokedo. No stress and no sweat there. A little bit of worry, but NBD. Okay. Let's move it to Poke Grid. This is a bit harder and easier at the same time. Log me in, please, so that I can keep everything. Okay, Poke Grid has not reset, and I already attempted this one, and I misclicked it and rage quit. So, Poke Grid for next time. For sure. Okay, now we're gonna pivot to some of the dolls and such that I genuinely don't know. I want to try Koskoru. Now I know we're getting kind of, I'm like a Northern Lion fan streamer who's streaming his own like stuff. But I'm gonna see if I have my pulse on the status of real society. Let's put this here, get that out. Okay. Let's get a grasp on this. Let's go to 8-pack of herbal hand soap. Now I need to remember this is in US dollars, so I need to multiply my answer. Or I need to multiply its answer by 1.5 to get my answer. So because the fucking Australian dollar is terrible. I'm in tears. Okay. I think this could easily be like $10 US. In like, I think $9.99 is a good starting point. It's more expensive. Okay. Home and Body Botanical. Okay, I'll go for $12.99 maybe. It's that expensive? I don't know the size of the soap. I'm imagining like a little thing. Otherwise, it wouldn't make. I guess it's Costco, so it's never gonna be little, right? Okay. $16.99. It's so expensive. This shit is more than $2 a bottle. Okay, fine. $20.99. How expensive is this? $26.99. Jesus Christ, this thing is actually, for Costco, this is a terrible deal, no? Especially in US dollars. $32.99. $37.99. That is like $4. Like, okay, what's the conversion to Australian dollars? Right? Okay. 38 USD to AUD. That's almost $60 in Australia for 8. That you're out of your fucking mind. There's absolutely no way that this shit is 38 US dollars in Costco of all places. That can't be right. I mean, maybe I should have jumped up more, right? Maybe I should have jumped up more. Potentially. But anyway, okay. We'll start. Now we're getting into the ones where I stop being able to instantly know the answer because I'm a Pokemon freak, basically. Now, okay. Okay, Tradle me. Which Tradle is the official Tradle? Tradle.net? Perhaps it is Tradle.net. Seems like it is. So we'll just do a quick little swap. Bing. And should be back. Okay. 1.98 million, that is pathetic. That is so low. Okay, no offense to this country. By the way, I'm sure you've been pillaged by people exploiting you. Sowing seeds. This seems like a small African or Asian country. Now, I'm going to struggle with the names. I don't know very many country names. If it's a lot of seeds and soybeans and wood, I don't know. Congo? No, very far away. So it's an Asian country. Okay, let me try Brunei. I don't have a frame of reference for how far away things are from each other. Yeah, I think Brunei is there. So we're in what, Southeast Asia? It's not going to be Singapore. Singapore's got to have more to offer than 2 million of exports. And I don't think it's going to be any of the Indonesia, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea. Micronesia? I don't imagine them having that much. It is southeast of Micronesia. It's one of those islands. It's one of those islands. French Polynesia? Is that in the area that I'm thinking it is? Okay, I don't know what French Polynesia is on a map. This is my journey into learning geographical contextual information. So, where do we go from here? How do we? What's it called? What's that little guy called? I'm thinking of an island. Fiji's got a lot of. Well, I'm gonna click Fiji just to guess in like the general region. Okay, it's close to Fiji, but it's closer to Australia. This should be in my domain, but I've already guessed too many like off guesses. It's like some freak tiny little guy that I have no idea what the name of is. Which one of these is in the area that I think it is? Okay, it's not that one. Norfolk Island. Okay. I've heard of Norfolk Island, obviously being kind of close to Australia, I think. But I couldn't tell you where it is or anything about it. So I think that's fair. That's a fair outcome. Okay, let's get another one open. Okay, global me. Okay, let's keep it smooth. Okay, click the globe. Let's go. We are clicking the globe. The globe is not loading. Is this an block feature? Okay, 1 second. Let's see if I can. It is an anti-ad block thing. How do I fix that? Because I don't want to show these ads. Okay, there we go. That ended up working somehow. Don't know what I did, but it worked. So put them back on. Okay. Click on any name to any country to make you a guess. That's a good like starting country. Poland. Not very close to Poland. Okay, let me just, I can do it like that. So you can see it. Okay, it's 7,000 kilometers. I need a frame of reference for the size of these countries, man. That's what I'm learning. Okay. India is warmer. 2,000. Okay, are we going in this direction or in this direction? Let's go with Singapore. Singapore is cooler. Okay, it is roughly equidistant, so maybe it's up here. Let's try South Korea. South Korea is adjacent to the answer. Okay, it's either Japan or North Korea. Or China, probably by geographical like islands or whatever. Okay, it's probably China. Okay, well, it's North Korea. Never thought I'd see the day. Well, here you see my stats. Not very good at this. As you can see, I'm not geographically aware. But we're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, maybe I'll try Metazoa. You know what? Maybe I will. Right now, in fact. Let's try it. Okay. Run it. Maybe I'll hit you with the slash marker on this one though. If you want to see Metazoa, like, comment, subscribe, I guess. Enjoy it.